recording.
Yeah.
And yes. Okay, cool. Welcome to the call, Stopping the Fight Against You. And I'm actually glad that I started a few minutes later with recording, because I started off very weird. So yeah, I wrote down a few questions, and so one of the reasons why I started with this call was, and I would like to say again, like for the people that are going to watch this video and have never heard of the weird questions and clearings that I'm about to say, I been a year and a half have been working with the modality access consciousness, so everything that I'm saying comes from that. And there is this it works with questions, and it works with a clearing statement, which is like it's like an energetic magic wand that everything that what you think and say goes with an energy. And a lot of the stuff that we how do I have to say that? So everything that you think and everything that you say and be goes with an energy. And if it's not really working out that well for you anymore, if it's limiting you, you can clear the energy with the clearing statement, so you can actually choose something different. It goes like this: good and bad, right and wrong, pot and pockle, name, choice, boys and yawns. If you want to have some more information on that, you can go to theclearingstatement.com, and Dr. Dane here explains it very beautifully. And you don't have to understand it for it to work. So yeah, that being said, going back to why I created this call, because I have been seeing basically my whole life, but I have been really aware of it in the last year, is that I stop myself a lot, and I have all these different ways and excuses that I use to basically stop being everything that I am. To look for ways to make me small, look for ways to make me wrong, and yeah. So if you have any questions in between, just ask it, and or if you would like to add something. Because Oscar, you're using the tools as well, yeah, from Access Consciousness?
Yes, sometimes. Or what? Yeah.
Okay. And you've heard from the clearing statements?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, you're still talking to me? Yeah. I've heard about the clearing statements. Yeah. I got in touch with Access Consciousness in 2009 for the first time, but I didn't really do much with it. And when Dayton came with his book, Being You, Changing the World,
yeah.
From that time on, I started to work with Access Consciousness a lot more. But yeah, I use it in between with other modalities. It's powerful. I've got a lot of recognitions for it, for the things that are happening inside Access Consciousness. It's yeah.
Cool. That's what I actually like about it. It's like they're very easy, pragmatic tools, and they just work. Like you don't have to figure anything out, and anything that doesn't work out, you can just change it into a question, so you have a different possibility. And so like in the last year and a half, like every time I burst out into a new space, and somebody makes me wrong for, I see myself care and make their opinion significant, and just stop me. And one of the things that I've been aware of as well is how much I am actually fighting everything that I'm aware of. So when you're a humanoid, you are aware of 9 all of the points of views and judgments and thoughts, feelings, and emotions from other people, and you cannot turn down your awareness. You're aware, and one of the things that I'm noticing is like when it's getting really uncomfortable, I get angry for all the stuff that I'm aware of, and which actually makes me like I'm not clear. It stops, and I make it significant, and I go into this pathetic party of I'm not good enough. I don't know, very and everybody's doing great except for me, and yeah, so that's another way where I stop myself, and like actually it's a sort of an addiction to make myself wrong as well, because I have been doing it like for my whole life. Like, how can I make my wrong here? How can I make my wrong for that? And that is actually a choice as well. With the cool thing of the tools is, does that work for you? If it does, we can keep choosing it. And if it doesn't, it's like, okay, cool. So what is next? What question can I ask here? What clearing can I use here? What other choices do I have here available that I have never been willing to choose? If I would never stop myself, what would be possible then? And one of the things with like making myself wrong for, it goes with doubting, doubting yourself. And I looked up something in one of the manuals, and Gary says about doubting you is, it's like checking yourself, and doubting yourself is always trying to find out whether you are right or wrong. And doubt is a part of how you control yourself. Mm-hmm. And if you were out of control, you'd be an unstoppable, limited source of possibilities, question, and choices in the universe, and contributing to a total different reality.
But isn't thinking in itself a doubt?
Actually, I did a call. It was a class that I did in Australia. It was a live class, and the title was "Thinking is Stinking." So everywhere you're thinking, you are not aware. You are not present, because you're trying to figure things out. You're trying to control the outcome. Mm-hmm. And what was that again? There was something else. Yeah, it's actually a way of not willing to receive. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does.
It's very interesting. Like everything that we think, we already somehow computed it in our heads to be good or bad or right or wrong. And it's basically a judgment that keeps you from receiving what it just is. Like if everything is energy, and there's no good energy, there's no bad energy, it's just energy, would you consider it? So if we already like decided that this is a bad energy and this is a good energy, you already have decided that you want to receive it or not. Because how many of the bad energies are we actually willing to receive? Like how many of the bad, like we say like this is a bad energy, we have the barriers up. And And what if it has actually nothing to do with what we have decided it is? What it's just an energy. Like I used to like stop myself when I was going. I had a lot of anger when I was younger, and now I know that when there is anger, it's just information. It can be a distractor implant, like anger is one of the five. It can be a distractor implant. It's a way to control you or control others. It's a form of potency. You're aware of someone else, or you're aware there is a lie. And when you go into making you wrong for being angry, you stop yourself from having the information that the anger actually is having. So if it would all just be energy and information, what could you create with that? What information would it give you? Because one of the things that with the anger, and it's so simple. I remember like last year I was living in Bali, and I lost the weight, and somebody was telling me a road explanation, and I got really angry, and I'm like, what is this? And then I got because it was on the phone, and then after 5 minutes I got like, oh my god, I am aware that it's not correct information. And if you would make you wrong for that, you wouldn't be aware that it's just that information that he was giving to you was just not working for you. You're just aware.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, just what if we could be really aware of all the ways that we actually used to stop ourselves? That is actually something that I have been like asking, like, okay, so show me everywhere I have been resisting myself, where I have been fighting myself, where I stop myself from being all of me. Because it's like I wanted to go somewhere, but there's so many other stuff I want to say as well. Does anybody have a question at this time?
Not at this time. I don't.
So yeah, so we went from receiving to judgment to stopping to doubting. So have you been noticing, like, what are your ways of stopping you?
I have no idea. Because it's changing all the time. Also, it's like for me,
yes, totally.
a lot like my shadow, because every time I change something, it changes too. So whatever I changed jumps into something else, and then it's always out of reach. I feel like a step. It's like
So what is out of reach?
the solution. Well, there's no solution, but to get through the. I've been clearing a lot with many different modalities, and I found out that I always positioned me in the yin yang sign and try to get through the loophole to get to the other side, and then I had to ask around what was holding me back there, so I had to go to the other side. And with healings like that, it was quite easy. It was always difficult to find a loophole, but that always was this way of getting to the other side. But that dynamics has changed, and so I still have something that for me that still wants to get out of my way somehow, and me not being present for dealing with my things in life. So yeah, I have no idea how to change it. It started a little bit.
That is. I really can't create that.
Yeah.
Good and bad, right and wrong, pot and pockle, night shirts, boys and beyonds. Yeah, so what if it's never about finding a solution?
Yeah.
Because you said before, like, it's always changing. So what if awareness is always changing? So it's like one of the 10 commandments that you can choose in 10-second increments. Right now you have one choice for the rest of your life. What would you choose right now? 10 seconds is over. What would you choose now for the rest of your life?
Yeah.
And again, this. So what if we could change our minds all the time, or like change our choices? What if we could change our choices all the time, and that's okay? This is something that I've been noticing in this reality. It's about like finding a solution and making the right choice, because that's one thing that I've had for a long time. Like, I wasn't willing to make the wrong choice, so I was looking for the right choice, not willing to make any wrong choice. And what if it's just choosing something and then see what it creates? So choice creates awareness, and then you choose that and then see if it works for you. Does it work for you? Doesn't work for you? What do you choose next? And yeah, so what would it be like if we were always out of control, out of definition, out of limitation, out of form, structure, significance, and out of linearity, and out of concentricities for all eternity? And everything that doesn't allow that, are we willing to uncreate, destroy that times Godzillion?
Yes.
Good and bad, right and wrong, pot and pockle, night shorts, boys and beyonds. What would be possible? Like, what would be possible? Like, what contribution? Because what I've been seeing is like, because I have been asking ever since I started with Access, like, what contribution am I to the planet? But if I always stop myself, I am denying the planet and the people around me everything that I can be.
Mm-hmm.
So what are we denying? It's like, what potency? What potency are we refusing with the stopping? Are we choosing? Everything that is. Are we willing to upgrade, destroy that times Godzillion?
Yes.
Good and bad, right and wrong, pot and pockle, line shorts, boys and beyonds. Yeah, like, there's this clearing. I don't know what that's going to bring up, but like, what energy, space, and consciousness can me and my body be to be the cunt, cow, faggot, bitch, joyful, wanting slut that truly be? That never has enough. That's out of control. That's out of definition. That's out of limitation. And everything that doesn't allow that, are we willing to uncreate, destroy that times Godzillion?
Yes.
Good and bad, right or wrong, pot and pockle, night shows, boys and beyonds. Like, what if just asking a question like that, and or like saying a clearing like that, is not that you have to be a joyful wanting slut, or that you have to have sex with everyone, or that you know, whatever, but just like that you're out of judgment, that you're out of the limitation, that you're out of the choice, that you concluded that, no, I'm never going to choose that because just the fact that, like, oh, what would it be like if like, for me, if I would have sex with women? Or what would it be like if I would have 10,000 euros in the bank, and I would spend it in a day just for me? I don't have to choose it, but the fact that I would be willing, or just play with it. Because even like with opening up those doors, when you just start playing with a question, and then you get the energy of what is possible. You don't have to choose it all. Just like, oh, what would it be like if I would sell. I have a bunch of silver in Australia, and I've been playing like, what would it be like if I would sell a chunk of that silver? Or I don't have to do it, but just like playing with the energy, I can see what else is possible. Instead of like stopping me and saying, no, I can't do this, I don't have money to go to Australia, I can't sell it, all of this la-di-da-di-da. So yeah, what consciousness can me and my body be to be out of control, out of definition, out of limitation, out of form, structure, significance, out of linearity, and out of concentricities for all eternity, and everything that doesn't allow that or willing to uncreate and destroy that times Godzillion.
Yes.
Good and bad, right, wrong, bottom, poke, line, shorts, boys, males. And there's also this clearing. I don't know if you heard about it, you, Oscar, about the chaos. Like, how much chaos can you be for change to actually show up? How much chaos can you be for how much chaos can you be to be the unstoppable, undefinable, unlimited, tra la 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 la, everything that is, would be willing to uncreate, destroy that times Godzillion.
Yes.
Good and bad, right and wrong, bottom, poke, line, choice, boys, me on say, what would be possible if we would stopping us? And of course, like, what are your stopping ways? That's actually a nice one to start, like, because it does take some. I've noticed for me, like, it does take some courage to like really acknowledge like what everything that I've been using to stop me. Like, I have this way where I say that I'm not good enough. That everybody could choose it except for me. Like, and then I go on my Facebook, and then I see all these facilitators and with all their beautiful choices, and then I go into the wrongness of me, like, oh, they can do it, but I will never can. And everything that is for me, good and bad, right and wrong, bottom, poco, line, shorts, boys and beyonds. And how much are we actually aware of other people's ways of stopping them and thinking it's ours? What does that belong to? We're aware 99.9 is not yours. We just pick them up, all their points of views. And yeah, like, again, like, what other choices are available that we have never considered before? Like, if we would never make ourselves wrong, would we stop ourselves? It's like when you look at the animals, they just go. I remember when I was in Bali, there was a monkey forest, and they were doing all sorts of stuff. They were running around, they were playing, they were taking the lices out from each other's back. They were having sex and playing public, and they were having no excuses of, oh, because you're watching or because you're judging me, I'm not going to have sex in public, or now I'm done scrubbing your back. They're not going into, oh, I can't stop right now because she's going to be angry with me and this is not going to be good for her. So they just stop and they do something else, and they just go in these 10-second increments. Oh, this is a choice. Now I'm choosing this. Oh, this is fun. Okay, done that. I'm done with this choice. And then they go to somewhere else. and they just keep choosing and being all they can be, like during the whole day. They just be their monkey. It's like birds sing every day. They wake up with a song, and they don't say, oh, I'm not gonna sing today because I'm having a bad day, or I'm just gonna stop me, because they're not willing to receive it. They just do. They just naturally go for it every minute, every second. So what would it be like if we would like be like that, living in 10-second increments all the time? That feels really light. Are you perceiving that energy?
Yes, it would be really nice to live like that.
Yeah. So I wonder if is there a question or something that you would like to say? Da, 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 da. I'm not sure what to say again. And I see that in 10 minutes, the call will be finished. So yeah, maybe this is a good stopping point to use the clearing. It's a really powerful clearing. Like when you use it, did I say it before? Like 20, at least minimum 20 times a week, everything will change. And
can you just repeat it?
So you can so it's in the chat. So if you want before but I will say it again, but before the video finishes, you can how do you say it? Plakken. Knipperen, plakken. And put it on a loop, or maybe if you you know what I actually can do, when I send out the recording, I can actually record it for you. So you can put it on a loop at night. What energy, space, and consciousness can you and your body be to be out of control, out of definition, out of limitation, out of form, structure, significance, out of linearity, out of concentricities for all eternity, and everything that doesn't allow that? Are you willing to destroy that chance, Godzillion? Good and bad, right and wrong, put and poke, I chose boys and beyonds. So yeah, what if you could be really clear on all the ways, like show me everywhere I stop myself, and once you recognize it, it's like, okay, cool, does it work for me? Yes. How does it get any better than that? Doesn't it work for you? Okay, so you can like ask what other options are, what other choices are available here, like what else is possible, and then keep playing with questions, and keep going. One of the things that I have, like when you make yourself wrong, like what energy, space, and consciousness, oh no, that's not the one. Like when I make myself wrong, I say what's all the DGCCs and the spurs, all the decisions, judgments, conclusions, computations, projections, rejections, expectations, separations I have of me, I now revoke, recant, rescind, reclaim, renounce, denounce, destroy, and create them all times Godzillion. That's a really good one when you, like me, always make yourself wrong. It really helped me a lot. And the distraction plan, when you're in doubt, I don't know if you heard about the distraction plans. There's a book, Living Beyond Distractors. They're basically designed to keep you from what you're aware of, and shame, doubt, regrets, anger, hate, rage, fury, relationship, fear, business. There's 24 of them, and when you start to recognize them, You just say everything that is I am, create and destroy, good and bad, right and wrong, put and poke on nature, it's boys and meows. All those distractors I'm functioning from, I am, create and destroy, good and bad, right and wrong, put and poke on nature, it's boys and meows. So you can actually keep going and keep choosing or whatever that works for you.
Mm-hmm.
If we wouldn't be wrong, would we ever stop? Yeah. And what else is possible? How does it get infinitely better? What choices do you have that nobody else has? That if you would choose it, it would change the planet. What do you have? Would you have to claim and own for you to be all of you? People would love to contribute to you, so you would never stop yourself. What else could you ask? What's next? Universe, show me. What information am I missing here? Who do I need to talk to? What do I need to read? And what question could you play with? What if everything is in what if everything that's happening right now is just showing you what's next? Does it work for you? No. So okay, cool. So how can you turn it, like everything that you turn into a question, something else can show up, like for example, it's very crowded in your head and you're very unclear and you don't know what to do. You can say like, okay, so if I were truly being me, what would I choose? And what information am I missing here? Or what if my life as my business could have the loudest voice? And everything that does allow that to be, would you be willing to uncreate, destroy that? And then you can say that as well, good and bad, right and wrong, put a book on nature, boys and young. Like, how inventive can we be with a question? So we would never have to stop. We just keep on picking and choosing and picking and living. And
by always asking different questions, you mean?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then choose.
Yeah.
And then you have all these new awarenesses. And then you can pick and choose again. Ask a question, choose, pick, awareness. And keep going.
Keeping the awareness.
And what if we can never keep the awareness? What if the awareness like lasts for like 10 seconds? We can't even control that. Yeah. So we will never have the solution anymore, Oscar.
No.
Never. So yeah, like, so we can keep reinventing ourselves. What if it's not about what if it's never about what I'm having now is, it's never about like the what does it mean? I used to always I'm looking for me, who I really am. So what if it's just a choice? You can just create whoever you would like to be. You can't control that. You can't define that. It's just choice. And if you would never be in judgment of being an energy, like being the potent bitch or being a joyful wanting slut, how much fun would that be? And then if somebody judged it, what if we could turn it up? Ooh! I see I have 2 minutes, less than a minute now. So I'm going to leave you guys. Thank you so much for practicing with me. And what else is possible? What else is possible? What else is possible? What else is possible?
Okay, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Thank you very much.
Bye.
Bye bye.
Bye. Bye.